another thing to think about if you're wanting to heal your body, your mind, your life, generally just wanting to be more alive in your life, you might like to think about it in terms of raising your vibration. We all know when you're kind of depressed, anxious, tired, people feel very heavy, dense, like there's no energy in the system. So when I say raising your vibration, it's like bringing yourself up to that place where you feel like you have got tons of energy. There's no stopping you. Physically you're strong, mentally you've got loads of ideas and thought and creative plans. It's like you're turned on, you're enjoying your life, you've got a lot you want to do. It's like that's high vibration. So how do you get there when you're feeling like you're on the floor? There's lots of ways, but it's about becoming more aware. What are you doing? If physically you're lying on your bed all day, well, your vibration's never going to come up. You've got to move. We have to move our physical body. That's one of the most important things in any kind of health project, recovery plan that you have. You've got to get moving. But it doesn't really matter what you do. Just get some exercise. Dance. I think dancing's great. You can discover all kind of energy blocks in your body when you put some music on and just dance, and then move all your different joints, limbs, elbows, try different shapes, and you'll probably find places that you don't want to move. I went into this exploration when I had cancer. I had breast cancer. And I was quite young, I was 43, and my kids were little. The youngest was, I don't know, how old was Jasmine? 7, probably? 7, 9, 11, something like that. This one's made me go quiet. Often when we go back into these spaces, you can really see someone's energy shift. As we lose awareness, our memory takes us back into a certain energy pattern. So if I want to stay more present while I talk about these things, I must have my hand upon my heart and stay with my breath more. But I used dance as a way to heal when I was having cancer. I knew all my life I wanted to dance, but I was too shy and too awkward. And it actually felt really, really difficult to put some music on and just bob about a bit. It was quite a long process for me, but I felt intuitively, instinctively, that it would help me. It would help me get better from breast cancer. It's quite a big subject, isn't it, breast cancer? I think I'm going to divert into it. I mean, if you want to get better from cancer or any illness, you do have to raise your vibration, and you have to do it in as many ways as you can. Dance, love, laugh a lot, watch loads of funny movies, smile a lot, smile to your life, celebrate your life, treat every moment of your life as if it is your last. You start to see the blossom and the sky and the smile of your children, and be very present for it, taking nothing for granted. And having cancer can face you with many choices, because in today's culture, the medicine that's on offer is quite toxic to some people. Some people tolerate chemotherapy very well. I knew I wouldn't, so I didn't take it. I did have a mastectomy and lymph nodes taken out. And it was said to be a fast-growing thing, just beneath the size where they call you terminal. So I knew I had to get my act together if I wanted to see my children grow. officially my chances were 50-50, which I thought were very good. I thought that puts me in a good position to make the choice. Twice in the course of my illness, I was told that cancer had spread everywhere, and then that it hadn't. Now, I don't know if this was me quantum shifting, as my mind thought one thing, or whether it was quite simply poor diagnostics. I do think we have the capacity, well, we know we have the capacity to move right out of cancer like that. Holding the energy and not reverting back can be something of a problem. There was some study done many years ago, which is often quoted, about a gentleman who was end-stage cancer with big lymph nodes everywhere. Very, very sick man, injected with water but told it was something really special. And overnight his cancer went. So we do have this understanding now, there's many stories like that, that the mind is so incredibly powerful. We don't understand it in our Western medicine yet, but we know it happens. They call it spontaneous remission. So that's the energy of belief. Powerful thing. Often discounted as, oh, just the placebo. But we really want to learn how to harness the placebo, to harness the power of our minds. And when I had cancer, I knew I had to live my life without any depression in it, without negativity. I would have to stay in the present moment if I wanted to be well. I would have to stay present and relaxed and heart-centered to give my body, the immune system, the best chance of repairing. And that's what I did. I ate well. I still ate sugar. I quite liked Skittles at that time. I still ate Skittles and Jelly Babies. But whatever I ate with love, with appreciation. I make sure, I felt good about my food. And I danced, learning to get my arms up for a long, long time. I felt like this, really. If music was on and I was trying to dance, I wanted to go into this shape. So I kept forcing myself to put my elbows up and move my elbows. And that was quite difficult. But I'm moving blockages. I'm creating freedom. I'm raising my vibration. And in the end, I could dance anywhere, anytime. Didn't need any drinks. Just loved dancing. Got to that place, changed who I was, changed my way of being in the world. And for 2 years we danced a lot, threw a lot of parties, decided to celebrate our lives as passionately as we could with all our kids. We had kind of a little tribal community of cousins and family and friends and their kids. And every year there was a different child, from baby size up to 21. It was really quite amazing. And we had a lot of parties with them, a lot of holidays, dancing and celebrating. And my cancer didn't come back. I also did drawings, which I think were giving messages to my immune system to tidy up the cells. I would do quite spontaneous drawings, and one of them was fish. I had 5, 6 fish, and inside the eye of each fish was a black square, which was a little symbol that I used for a cancer cell. But then when I was doing the drawing, I drew a little white lotus around it, like I was taking care of it, enclosing it, this little white lotus in the middle of the fish's eye. And there were all these bubbles. And when I looked at it much later, these golden fish in the water, I saw it very much as a message to my immune system to tidy up, to envelop the cancer cells in this flower shape. It's like the bubbles were all like blood in blood vessels. It felt like that. And it felt like it was a message to gently tidy up the cancer. And there was another drawing that came, which was of a little blue bird flying past a tree. And the tree had all these little black squares in it. And the bird was just lifting one out and flying away with it. So again, a kind of message to clean. But that all came very unconsciously, almost like in a dream, just making marks. And then, oh, there's a tree. And then I'm putting little squares in the tree. And then the bluebird of peace flying over, I felt this peace. So a very peaceful resolution of the cancer. I'm not that keen of images which are about fighting your body and war on cancer. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't have to be that way. So it works for some people, and we've all got our own ways. So to raise your vibration, you can also eat well. Good, clean, organic food. Cool, there's a whole chapter to be said on that. Perhaps we'll come back to that, talk about food a bit more later. Sleep well, and more to be said on that. Nobody who's had no sleep at night has got a good vibration the next day. Exercise. Love. Be conscious of what you take into your body in terms of energies of others, energies in the environment, toxicities, pollutants. Just be aware on all levels. There you are, that's more than enough to think about. Have fun with that.